Let me share here. I got to get it done here.
Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Tony, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday right here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me, as always, we got Kathleen and Shad Biffle, the Wandering Buffaloes are here, Rich Cooley, and Scott Swiftwater Tony.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Hello. Not much. Happy West Coast Wednesday.
Happy West Coast Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Again.
Good.
It's like Groundhog Day. Just keep going.
So it feels that way all the work days. That's
Don't it?
It does.
It's like,
I mean, I can't believe today's the last day of September.
It's freezing.
oh, you see, I have a flannel on. I'm freezing. Even
You
though
guys got to be kidding me.
7 this weekend.
Fuck it, Scott.
I'm freezing.
Water. It is freezing.
37 degrees come Saturday.
What is it going to be, Shad?
Well, down by us, 37 degrees is the low on Saturday, and the high's like maybe 50.
I'm going to be at that koi thing where we're going to be in the water catching fish.
Oh, you was that one year too. It was kind of chilly.
Not as cold as it's going to be on Saturday.
Now, do you guys remember about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I said that I feel the way Arizona is right now that you guys are going to have an early and a long winter.
Yeah.
So this kind of plays.
No.
Every
I
year.
read that like months ago in what's called an almanac.
La Nina.
The almanac. I'm just saying, I called it out because I was seeing different things. And then, my grandma even said 3 days ago, which really, she goes, no, the leaves ain't turning color, but they're falling off the tree. And I'm like, time to get buckled down because nature tells you. Nature tells you what's going to happen.
Well, this year you have El Nina instead of El Nino or La Nina, whatever. So that's blowing up high and coming down and dropping the stream below from Canada down below us. So yeah, it's definitely cooler winds.
Yeah. My
Take
thinking,
to Canada. Oh, Canada.
my thinking is if we have a nice summer, we're in for a brutal winter.
Yeah.
Well, we've had pretty mild, like last year was a really mild
Yeah, I can't
winter.
complain about
really.
that.
Not much snow. It got cold a few days, pretty cold, but it wasn't horrible.
Well, old Swiftwater's looking for a couple people to come out and work his claim.
Well, we're hoping we'll be out there, Scott, and the week of Veterans Day that week is what we're trying to look at booking.
Right. Well, give me a week in advance. That way I can get the bed and everything set up. Either that or you guys got to sleep on that double cot with Manny.
Where is the manster tonight?
He's taking a nap. He had a rough day.
Oh, God. I liked it Sunday when you had him next to you, like we suggested, just like Kathleen and Shad.
I went back and saw that. That was funny.
It's perfect.
It was perfect.
Now, actually, Manny's put up in the other room. We've been moving a bunch of stuff today. I cleaned out my storage bins and everything like that. So all of my gold equipment is in the gold camp right now. And he's not ecstatic about it, but it is what it is.
You should have had him help you.
Just saying.
Yeah, it was funny because I cleaned up the storage. There's like a bunch of sand on the ground. And I got a buddy of mine. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm collecting this. It's got gold in it." And I got home and there's sand all over the floor. And I'm like, "I want to keep that too." Trust me, you guys. If I don't care what you got, sluice box, a dredge, a high banker, anything like that, you could think you got that thing cleaned out so much it's unreal. You let it dry and bang that mat, and you're gonna find out just how much gold is in that thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, don't they some people they burn their miner's moss?
Yeah, I mean but that's the old days. That's the old.
Yeah, well now it's all plastic stuff.
Right.
Right.
It'll just
Rubbery.
melt into a ball, probably.
I'll tell you what, the best thing I do is I actually will take a 5-gallon bucket. I'll roll the mat up, and leave it as loose as you can in the bucket without hitting the sides. Give it about an inch gap all the way around, and then take a hammer handle and stick in there and go back and forth and just eat the heck out of it. And you'll be surprised how much stuff's in the bottom of the bucket when you pull that mat out. Man, when you clean it up, you're thinking, holy cow, all this gold I never seen. And I could have been on some gold and the fine stuff stayed in the carpet. I never got it back out because I didn't clean it out good enough. And that's where I wanted to stay. It's really weird.
It is, just saying. Did you dig another test hole, Scott?
No, but I'm going to. I'm going to go off the deep end, folks.
All right.
I'm going to go against Swiftwater's natural way of thinking.
Okay.
What?
Well, because gold is where you find it. We all know that because when you find it, there it is.
Yeah.
But I got a couple of places where I'm looking at that most prospectors would go, there's no way that I'm not doing it. There's just no way there's gold there. But then I think of 100 years ago, or 90 years ago, and I'm thinking the way the water used to work, that would have been the spot that would have been an eddy or a slow drop area before the creek changed all the way around.
So that's a good way of thinking.
Well, yeah, but I mean, then it's buried with sand, and a lot of people don't want to go through 3 feet of sand to get to it. But if that 3 feet of sand's got a little bit of gold, and then whatever you get to has got the old time stuff that you've been looking for, it could be a game changer. So I'm gonna do
a few days just tested it.
What's that?
Why don't you at least just spend a few days to test it? And all right, yeah, gold's there, great, but you can still then go back and work what you already started. But at least, hey, this will be good for later in the season or next year.
Well, see, the thing is if I could find like a sand that's got a lot of gold in it, like we found down on the other horseshoe a way long time ago in my videos, if I could find that same sand channel and run it right now as fast as I can, as hard as I can with a dry washer, make a pile. That way, when it does flood, I can come back and rerun that pile wet and still know where I'm at. That'll put me up on the game rather than trying to classify all the rocks that I got down there in some of my holes. And then, you take a whole day to classify up 50 buckets when I could be digging gold in the sand and just running that sand.
So are you going to do that? Or are you trying to resist the Scott urge to do it?
Well, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Now you could get in that sand, you could dig all the way down, you could hit bedrock, and there could be nothing. But you wasted that whole day.
You just want to do that top portion of actual sand right now, just to run it fast and see what you can get. Well, why don't you do that at least?
Well, because I think there's some of the top sand's going to be what we call fluff. It hasn't got anything but mica in it. You got to get down in the layers, because there's been a flood. It gets covered up. You got to get down to where it was a long freaking time ago. So, I mean, unless
but you just said it'd be good to run it just because you can run it really fast and pile it up.
Right.
That's what you got to understand. If you're going to, my way of thinking, if you're going to move it with a shovel, even overburden, if you got to move it, run it.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of people, they want to throw a lot of stuff off the top, like, oh, we don't need that. You know what? There could have been that nugget that's sitting there and somebody flipped it off that come down yesterday.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But like I said, I want to run everything through my dry washer, even if it has gold. A dry washer does not get 100% of it. So if I leave a big pile, I can run it back wet and get the rest of it.
Well, so what's your dilemma then? It sounds to me like you're going to do it.
Well, it's a chance.
No. You just said, and you started this whole discussion. I am trying to resist what Scott normally does.
Yeah,
because I think I'm watching the debates again.
No, what I'm talking about is what I usually would be is I'd be up in the rocks. I would just say, okay, I'm in the rocks. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to worry about. I'm not going to go down there and try the sand. I'm not going to waste my time.
This is something new. What you're going against normally, how you're ready to work in mind. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I would probably at least get a shot for
More,
a couple.
more, more or less, I'm going to go dig where if I see somebody digging, I'll be going, what the heck are you doing there?
All right. But like you
But it
said,
could pay off.
it could have ran through there 500 years ago and deposited tons of gold.
Well, there's a, like I said, there's a sand fill. The bedrock makes a big gap, and there's a gap over here. It's on the left-hand side, but the wind goes around to the right. But that gap has put maybe an acre and a half of just nothing but a big giant sandbar, and I mean sand. So what's 4 feet under that sandbar, 30 feet in from that rock? That's old time dead space area.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's became a giant bench, if you will. So,
it could be the
working
glory
with that.
hole.
Say it, Scott. No, got you no glory.
I just, like I said, but if I do it and it doesn't come out right, then you're like punching yourself. You're like, man, 2 days,
Hey,
sat here and screwed around.
days. It's
Yeah,
2
but
days.
I mean,
it ain't like
that's
you're
part of prospecting, you know, so you can mine really well. So those 2 days could really pay off, or at least rules out that area. So then you can focus on where you started to mine heavily.
Well, see, I've been testing for a while, and Lisa's laughed at me today because I was sitting here looking at the thing, and I seen the 30th. I'm like, oh, wow, damn. She goes, what? I said, well, season's on. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, tomorrow's freaking, what is it, Halloween tomorrow or something? It's almost the 31st. The season's on. She goes, that's not even October yet. I'm like, what? So she just informed me that I have another month of testing before our season actually starts.
Right.
Well, you see what happens when you're out in the desert too much, and the days just going to the next day, to the next day, to the next day.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we know. But 2 days to you is like 2 weeks to us because you're right there every day.
Yeah, I go down every day.
Yeah, and we only get to go whenever. So 2 days it's worth it for you, Scott, to check.
Well, I've got a friend that's
2 days.
I got a friend. He's building dry watchers right now, and I'm not going to mention him, and I'm not going to say anything yet. But if you know who he is, you do. If you don't, you don't. But he is here in Phoenix, and he builds motorized puffers and stuff like that. Anyway, I got a little testing puffer off of him because I'm tired of pulling my 151 everywhere.
Right.
But he's building me this in the process. I'm going to be making a video about it later on. Probably have him actually come up and go prospecting with us because he knows like what it's built out, how he made it, the time, the schedule, the money, everything you got to know about it. Go to his website. He sounds like a pretty cool guy. I've never met him yet, but I've seen him on Facebook. He's been on my Facebook for a long time. So it'll be cool to have that piece of machinery to do what I'm talking about. You know, instead of running the top stuff, I'll dig like 3 or 4, 5 feet down into it, just make a hole in the sand. And as soon as I start getting the good rocks, start running that material. If there's gold there, then I know, okay, you got to clear this much sand to run it or to get to it. But you might as well run it while you're doing it.
It's worth checking.
Yeah.
Why not?
But then later on, it gives me a better idea of when I go wet, when I go dry land dredging, it's so fast to suck up sand rather than rocks. I mean, it'll make a hole quick.
Yeah.
And you can run a lot of material in the daytime.
Well, you can run it moist if you want.
You can run it wet too, because it's in water.
Right. But moist is better.
I know.
Yes.
Well, we finally put out a video
Oh, you did?
of Alaska. Yeah.
It was awesome.
This is the Super 6 Keen Dredge. Super Sleuth.
It's the Super Max.
Oh,
That's
that's
fun dredge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got to use it one day.
And then you get to see
It
what
was
it
really
really
cool.
looked like. But that's got to be one of my favorite dredges ever.
Well, I see no tubbo there walking on it, so it can't be too small.
Wait.
It's a beast of the dredge. I would say, yeah. You got to stand and walk on that doggone thing to get clogs out and clean out the box.
I mean, wherever that dredge goes, it's staying put for a while.
Well, that's like I told Lisa. I said, I said, Shed climbed on that. That thing hardly even moved. I mean, that's a boat.
It pretty much is, yeah. It's crazy. It would not be one that I would want to haul around every weekend.
No, God, no.
It's one that you out on the plane.
You need a boat dock for that.
Yeah.
Pretty
Now,
much.
did that have the 4 floats, or was it 2 big ones? I didn't pay attention to that part.
Yeah, 4 big ones. If I
4 big ones.
remember. What's that?
I didn't
What'd you
think.
say,
Do what?
Scott?
Why are you staring all blankly into the camera, Scott?
I just said, was it 4 big? Tim said something. I didn't say anything.
I didn't say
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, I think it's 4 if I remember right. I'll have to double
We'll
check.
look at the
I'll look at the
picture.
picture in a bit.
Well, how long was that poke stick that you had?
Oh, that wasn't a stick. That was actually a small pine
That was
tree
a
that I chopped off the branches. Yeah, that wasn't no stick. That was a tree.
It tore up.
That stick, if I remember, it's probably about 18 foot long.
Right.
So luckily we only had a couple clogs. Usually it would, like always, by the jet log area, you get one oblong rock. And so thankfully we didn't get any stuck in the hose itself. And that
And
would
you
have
had
been honest.
because you had that flap thing too on the side where
Right.
So if you had a cave in or a big rock, yeah, you just
pull
break
that
something.
up and you don't have to worry about everything flowing in there. That was pretty convenient.
It is. You know what else is convenient? Gold prices.
I don't know, convenient, but hey, it is looking good. However, gold did fall $8.24, but it's at $1,888.50.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Bless you, Rich.
There's only 2 floats. Or
Bless you,
3.
Rich.
Bless you, Rich.
Silver, that fell 89 cents at $23.36.
Oh,
23, though. Okay.
Still at 23. I mean, I hope it gets back down to 14
Yeah.
again.
wait, silver's 20, and you said gold's what? 18?
1888.
Okay, so it did go up a little bit. That's cool.
Platinum's currently up $13.64 at $897.51.
Okay.
Palladium fell $5.92, but it's still at $2,319.33. So that leaves us rhodium.
Rhodium. 15.
Which, no,
14.
it's at 13,900.
Oh, it dropped. Okay.
Yep. So it dropped.
Damn.
It looks like it was, but on Sunday.
It was 14.4 on Sunday, I think. 14 or 14.4.
I don't remember.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I guess that 14.5 or 7 or whatever was the high.
Right.
That's the highest that rhodium's ever been in history.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if it could get past that.
Ridiculous.
It is. It is. What about
But speaking of ridiculous, we have some birthdays today. It is September the 30th, the last day of the month. Crazy. We have Bob Snow, Chad Kennedy, Clinton Broomhall, Edward LaFrancis, John Wagstaff, Mark, Michael E. Bradley, Ron G. Hicks, Shane Burlingame, Susan Logan, and William Burdick. Tomorrow we have Adam B., Brian Irwin, Croc End, David Reed Jr., Heavy Metal, John Maling, Kelly K. Kerwan, Kevin Coburn, and Kyle Sharp. So that's all I can see.
Okay, well, who we highlighting? Any names stand
It's
out?
got to be heavy metal.
Heavy metal. Okay.
All right, we'll do, I don't know why, but we'll do Shane Burlingame for today, and then
Okay.
tomorrow is heavy metal. So,
All right.
all right. So Shane Burlingame is from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
stands for Gold and Metal Detects, belongs to the GPAA, and he found the site through Google.
That old Google machine.
So Google did the work here.
Right.
He's been a member. Ooh, it looks like, hang on, I got to go back in time quite a bit. Since February of 2010.
Okay, that's
He's a long time member there.
you're a veteran.
Yeah. He's in
Now-
Nevada. That's a cool place to be, man.
Yeah.
Las Vegas. Now, heavy metal.
Heavy.
All right, Scott, where do you think heavy metal's from?
Man, I'm telling you what, I'm thinking Northeast.
Detroit.
So Northeast of the United States, right?
I'm thinking maybe Illinois, Indiana, Ohio.
You can't say that many. I'm saying Michigan.
Well, he's from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, it's a Canuck.
You are way off. So
I was not. That's still close north. I said Northeast.
hey, I asked for clarification. Are you talking about the U.S.? That should have been your first clue.
Yeah.
But he prospects for gold. He doesn't belong to any club. He found the site through the internet. No one referred him, and he uses a shovel and a pan.
Old timey way.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all you. I mean, you could have sluices, but
I don't think-
Yeah, that's pretty much modern equipment down there, ain't it?
yeah.
You can't-
He's been a member since 2013.
oh, okay. Yeah, they got some tight restrictions, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but man, they got good cannon in Canada.
They
I mean,
got-
with you could really. I mean, if you know what you're doing with a pan in Canada, you could really mop up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'd love to prospect down there.
Me, I'm like, I'm not running enough dirt, and it just makes me nuts just sitting there panning. But I know guys that do it, and man, their collection adds up.
Uh-huh. How mad do you get, Scott?
That's my frustrated look.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that frustrated look with us.
I'm just saying, you know, a guy like me, you see good gold in one pan, you're like, man, now I want to run a yard of it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's why you need to go to Alaska with Shad Kathleen,
right.
right?
That cost a little expensive for me to get up there to get the same money coming back home.
Yeah, well,
Good
You
job.
could do it.
could do it, Scott. You can do it.
You can do it.
If I go for Alaska, it's going to be a season, and I'm going to run stuff all the time.
All
We'll
right.
do a workshop for them on their 10-inch.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? The opportunities await you,
I
Scott.
could do that.
Scott, you can do it. You should do
Oh,
it.
trust me. Like I said, I'm just waiting for the right kind of call.
The right
I've been called before to do some stuff, but it's just, nah. I just don't. I know that if I get myself into the wrong position, it's not going to work out.
See, I'm leery of going up to like Nome. I'm really curious on, people's experience there, because I've heard a lot of mixed things.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, you always got your, what do you say? It's not like, I think up there, if you go to Nome and you can go in town, oh, it's just a prospector. He's just up here for a week. And then you got the ones, okay, he's just here for a season. He's going to die out. And then you got like the diehards, like, heck, they're even on TV. What's the Irishman on Bering Sea Gold?
Kelly's.
The Kellys. Okay, they still, well, I don't know if they do now, but they stayed in tent for quite a while.
Right.
And so did the gal,
Emily.
Emily Rydell. Yeah, she stayed in the tent for a while too, but now you see her in buildings more than the tent now. But
Yeah.
I mean, and then you got those type of fighters. Then you got the ones that live there full time that they've been there for years.
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna get it's I mean, yeah, but if you go up there like me and I want to go mining, I'm going to be treated like when you first get up there, everybody's just going to look at you like, well, he's just up here prospecting.
They would know you. You're a legend, Scott.
I mean, you're Swiftwater.
Yeah. You're Scott Swiftwater Tony. I mean, come on.
I know. I'm just saying.
There'd be no time you'll be pouring them drinks at the local water.
Yeah. Making them barbecue beef.
That would probably be at first.
They'll roll out the red carpet for you when you show up down there.
Well, like I always said, if you want to find out where the gold is, be at the coffee shop in the morning or be at a bar at night.
There you go. See, once they know it's you,
Out in the gold fields.
I'd probably
it's
be
on. All right. Well, I think on that note, we should take a quick break. Kathleen, you had some news tonight, didn't
I
you?
actually did my homework. Yeah.
She had doing his pictures, so I figured you had something. So I just took it for granted.
Oh, and I want to throw in a little something before break, by the way. For everybody out there that filed your claims, remember you still have 90 days to get it to the county, but you better get it to the county quick because the COVID yada yada yada. So
What?
try to get with the county as quick as you can that way because they're probably going to be backed up.
Roger that. All right. So we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with Kathleen Biffle and dredging up the news. What's Chad? Did I miss something?
No.
Okay.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their miners' legal fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com. If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Okay, everybody.
September 30th. Tomorrow is October. Can you believe it? October, Scott. October. All right, I'm going to start off with the story here in Arkansas. A bank manager discovered a 9.07 carat diamond at the Crater of Diamonds State Park. And he thought it was basically a piece of glass. Kevin Kennard of Mamali, Arkansas. He found the second largest diamond in the 48-year history of the state park.
Wow.
Kennard noted that he'd been visiting the Crater of Diamonds since he was a kid, but he's never stumbled upon any diamonds. So I guess the technique he did was he wet sifted, which I'm guessing that has to do with like water. I don't know. For about 10 minutes. Then he walked up and down all the plowed rows, and he had something going in his favor because they had just plowed the area, and then Tropical Storm Laura came through. So that dumped like 2 inches of rain in the park. So when the sun was out, it was just shining just right, and he found it.
Nice.
That's cool.
Hey, that wet sifting, would he be talking about like a Shiraka? Because they use those there to, they flip to look for the diamonds.
Could be.
Yeah.
I've never done it, so that is one on my bucket list before we move out west.
You've never used a Shiraka, really?
No, I mean I've never been to the Crater of Diamonds State Park.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but as of Wednesday, when he found it, 246 diamonds have been registered from the Crater of Diamonds State Park.
Oh wow!
This year, 59.25 carats on average. People are finding that just this year alone was 59 carats. People are finding like 1 or 2 diamonds there daily. Probably little itty bitty ones, but
not 9 carat.
No, not like this guy. Now, this one that you see finding now, very beautiful. It's known as the Uncle Sam diamond. It's the second largest diamond found at the state park. The biggest was this is 40 almost a 40 1/4 carat white diamond. It was discovered there in 1924. They named it after the guy who found it, actually, who went by the name of Uncle Sam. I don't think that was his name. It was W.O. Basham, I guess is how you say it. But this diamond's been cut twice over the years. And what you see behind me is a 12 carat emerald cut of this stone. Isn't that beautiful?
That is nice.
Yeah, it's nice that they kept the size.
Yeah, I mean, it's been cut twice even. So, well, no, I mean, it was 40 carats, and this one's only 12 behind me.
Wow. So,
yeah.
Interesting.
But it's beautiful. I love the emerald cut stone is my favorite. All right.
Just
okay. In South Carolina, a man finds an old treasure chest of coins. Then comes the bad news.
Somebody claimed it.
Buddy.
Somebody claimed it.
A woman, sorry. A woman was vacationing in South Carolina. Her name was Angie Moore. She came from Atlanta, and she said she was out with her dad experimenting with a metal detector when it indicated something pretty big in the sand outside the Marriott Grand Ocean in Hilton Head. So they started digging. Seconds later, they realized that they, after they found this, it was like probably a foot in the sand. They realized that they had been had by a jokester. So I guess the joke, it had to have been like years old, if not decades. They went from, oh my gosh, look at this treasure, to like, oh wow, these are toy coins. So it actually is still a mystery, though, of who buried it. They went through the trouble of burying this thing. They don't know. Maybe somebody will fess up one day, but
Okay.
that is funny.
At least they weren't chocolate coins.
Are they chocolate?
No,
No, I said it'd be fun if they were, but
Oh my
They would be all melty.
Yeah, they'd have been a melted.
Not if they're buried in the sand.
Yeah, South Carolina, the sand's like 100 degrees.
Hot.
Yeah, but you're gonna bury it deep. You're not gonna bury it 10 inches deep.
Yeah. Well, over the years, think of all the wind and the tides and stuff. So that, I mean, I guess a lot of things wash up on the Carolina beaches. They're still finding like World War II mines. They're finding pieces of space rockets washed up on the beaches. So, that's probably what they thought they had. All right. In global news, this is kind of a hard picture to see behind me, but it's actually a satellite image. And if you look in the middle, there is a big crater.
Okay.
This is Australia, the Australian outback. And this was just found recently, a big crater dating about 100 million years ago, like all the way back when the dinosaurs roamed. They noticed this gravity on this gravity anomaly map behind me. They noticed this dent. It was found near the western Australian town of Orabanda. The newly dubbed Orabanda impact crater is about 3 miles across. It's created by a meteorite up to 600 feet wide or longer even. So
It's a big hole.
geologists at Evolution Mining came across this unusual rock, the rock core at the Orabanda. They called Jason Myers. He's their principal geophysicist who examined the drill core samples as well as the rock samples from the site. And that's when he noticed that there are these little shatter cones, what's known as shatter cones, which is the telltale sign of a meteorite crash. So that's pretty interesting, I thought. So obviously they want to dig for gold there. So
Of course they do.
we'll see what they find.
I always like, I always thought about that. If a meteorite went down and hit somewhere, like say in the woods or just somewhere where somebody didn't see it, and like the grass growed up over it and everything like that, and you come along and all of a sudden you're finding, potato-sized meteorites here and there.
They're finding like huge nuggets in Australia.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, that's just crazy.
That may be where they came from. The meteorite.
Local events of interest. Moving on.
Okay, moving on.
All right. So October 17th through the 18th. It's coming up in just a couple weeks in Dahlonega, Georgia. It is Gold Rush Days. They're always held the third full weekend in October. So it's time for thousands to come and see fall colors peaking and celebrate Dahlonaga's 1828 discovery of gold. They'll have over 300 art and craft exhibitors and food vendors all around the public square and in the historic district supporting the annual event. Mm-hmm. It's one of the top 20 events in the Southeast by the Southeast Tourism Society. So you can learn more at goldrushdaysfestival.com. Sure will be a great time.
Yeah.
Now, October 20th, it's a 5-day event in Stanton, Arizona. It's the 2020 Diggers Dirt Party, and that's sponsored by the LDMA, Lost Dutchman Mining Association, held at their camp in Stanton, Arizona. So get ready to get dirty, have a ton of fun, and get some gold. The GPA LDMA National Dirt Party, it's a 5-day common dig. Participants will be working for their split of gold at the end of the outing. All gold recovered during the operation is split between the participants. So work hard, and Digger may enhance your final split.
It is. You know what? I'm going to say, because I've been there. It is a pretty cool place to go. The campground's really pretty cool too. But they got like the old building and stuff there. And then the gold out there, there's gold everywhere. But man, that stand, it's pretty neat, man. So if you guys ain't never been there, go check it out.
Thank you, Scott.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah, you're as a dirt party participant, you'll receive a vial with a picker or two in it as a thank you from the LDMA, as well as black sand dirt bag that has a split of the gold recovered from the common operation. So
Like fun.
it does sound like fun. Looking over at Gold Prospector Space, looks like the only events to share is the Indiana Gold Prospectors outing, their trick or treat event, October 17th through the 18th in Kirkland, Indiana. That's all there is.
That's it.
And that's the held on by Pennyweight.
Yes,
That's right.
that would be the one.
So
The
those
old
are
Thomas Pennyweight, folks.
local events of interest.
I wonder when we're gonna start having some of them Chihuahua races and stuff again. Shit.
I don't know. Has COVID completely changed the dynamics of that?
Because the weather's going to get better.
Yeah, they usually do that in the first part of the year.
Yeah,
So our winter time.
Yeah, they start picking up then. The big machine. that
Oh,
one.
I forgot to click to this picture.
Oh, there you go. Get through your pictures.
It's not fair having to click and talk at the same time. That's hard.
Clicker.
I'm just a clicker,
You
man.
need one that fits in your hand, a little clicker.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. Well,
That's for a slideshow, dude.
Thank you, Shad.
Kathleen, for some fun facts.
All right. Get out of her screen.
Thank you, Chef. Sorry. Okay, we got some fun facts.
Looks like rubies.
Kind of, doesn't it?
That's what I think it is.
Tonight's fun facts. I thought I would explore some rare gemstones. I did do this actually 3 years ago in 2017. This story, believe it or not, when I was looking, because I keep everything on my computer, and I came across it. I was like, well, now we can do it with pictures.
Oh, that's right.
So pictures are awesome. So anyway, there are roughly 200 varieties of natural gemstones in the world today, some of which are so incredibly rare that their value outstrips many of the world's most valuable precious gems. Gems take millions of years to form, and only a fraction of them will ever be found. So there was a lot larger list, like 10, but I'm just going to do 5 tonight because it's a Wednesday.
All right. It's a work night.
Here for a long time. All right. So I'm going to start from 5 and go all the way down, and with number 1 being the rarest.
Okay.
So this one is a red beryl, and you're right, Scott. It looks like rubies. There is a common. There is a difference between a ruby and a red beryl, though. Not very much, though. This is the only known commercial production of gem quality red beryl in the world, and it's located at the Ruby Violet Mine in Wawa Mountains of Beaver County, Utah.
Oh, cool.
Red beryl, also known as Bixbite or red emerald. It's pure beryl. The pure beryl is colorless and only gains its bright hues from the impurities in the rock. So chromium and vanadium give beryl like a green color, right? And that gives you the emerald, and provides a blue or yellow tint, creating aquamarine and golden beryl. And manganese adds the deep red to create red beryl. And it's only found in Utah. Utah and New Mexico, in some parts of Mexico.
Okay.
So here's a picture of it behind me. But the largest crystal ever found was 54 carats. An average faceted gemstone weighs only 0.15 carats, and it's the largest faceted gemstone of red beryl is 8. It doesn't get really that big.
It's fascinating to me is like what actually makes that. Like you said, it's found in 2 different places, but is the structure of the mountains or whatever made that, is it the same? Because Utah and New Mexico, that's pretty far distance.
Utah and New Mexico.
Yeah, that's yeah.
They almost touch. No, they don't.
Well, I mean, so it's going to be northern New Mexico?
Probably. Well, I don't know. They say you can find it in parts of Mexico too, but it's gorgeous.
Well, see, that's a pretty good stretch. So what kind of composites and what kind of rocks actually make that up. That'd be pretty darn interesting to me.
Pretty cool though.
Yes.
Of course, those guys that find the blue, the aquamarine and the blue beryl, they dig. That's in Utah too, right? What was that gym? What was that gym show? You remember that?
The Tucson?
Prospectors.
What?
The Prospectors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were in Colorado.
Yeah. They went up high in the mountains and found it.
Yeah. They were spread out.
Right.
But yeah, you're probably right. That's a good area for that red beryl. And depending on what is mixed with it determines what color it becomes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating to me because it's a far stream to find all that.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain line,
Uh-huh.
All right. So what you see behind me here, it is not a spaceship. It's not an egg. It's jadeite.
Jadeite.
Yeah, mainly found in limited qualities. I think it's jadeite. I don't know how to say it. It's the most valuable if it's colored a deep translucent green. It's most famous for its gem form known as jade. Jewelry and ornamental carvings were made from jade all throughout history. Jade was very precious in some ancient societies and sometimes worth even more than gold. Jade and jadeite were thought to be one mineral type, which I always thought it was, and until 1863, when it was discovered that they are scientifically different minerals. Jadeite jade is rarer and more valuable than jade. The most common color for both forms of jade, of course, is pale green. Emerald green jade, known as imperial jade, is the most valuable form of jade. And you can find that near Omi in Kitaki, Japan. You can also find it in Guatemala, San Benito County, California, Kazakhstan, and the Ural Mountains in Russia. So in 1997, Christie's auction house sold a jadeite necklace for $10 million.
Holy cow.
I'll find some.
Miners in Myanmar found a huge jade stone weighing 175 tons, worth an estimated of $170 million.
Holy.
Okay,
that's a find.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Screw the gold. We're going after jadeite.
I really
Somebody said you got something worth $107 million. I'm like, you know what? Just give me 98. We'll call it even.
Yeah.
I'll just take $1 million.
Yeah, I'm not gonna squoggle over the little stuff. I'll just take 98. We're good.
Okay. This pretty gemstone, this one is a faceted one, but it's called, and if I get these names wrong, I mean, I'm just really bad at it. It's Taaffeite. Taphite, I think.
Right? Say that again.
Taphite.
Spell it again.
T-A-A, F as in Frank, E-I-T-E.
Taffetti?
Taphiid.
I don't know, but this gemstone is actually
Taphiid. I'm sorry, Taphiid, because T-A-F-F, Taphiid.
T-A-A-F-F. Taphate.
Taffete.
There you go.
Good enough.
We're going to say that's correct.
Call it taff.
A Bohemian Irish gemologist named Richard Taffy
All right.
discovered it in 1945. Only a handful of these precious stones have ever been found. He had purchased a box of stones from a jeweler in Dublin, and this was in the 1940s. He thought he purchased a collection of just like common looking crystals, but on closer inspection, he noticed that there was one that was like a pale mauve, and mauve would be like this purpley pink. Mm-hmm. It was not reacting to light the same way as the other ones in the box. So the result that he discovered, it was unknown to anybody. They'd never come across a stone like this. It was tracked down to Sri Lanka, although a handful have also been found in Tanzania and China. It's thought that less than 50 examples of Tafit exist, many of which are housed in geological private collections. This gemstone is so rare that the ordinary public are unlikely to ever encounter it. The largest Tafit to reach the market was 33 carats, and it sold at a Hong Kong auction in 1999, and I could not find the price. I wonder how much.
Everything that sells in China and Japan is pretty expensive, but when everything comes over this way, it's not.
This is beautiful.
Ah.
All
Just
right.
saying.
Here's another cool one.
Ooh, look at that one.
This is.
Pretty.
It is Alexandrite.
Alexandrite.
Yep. The hype behind Alexandrite obviously is due to its color changing properties. Its scarcity, well, it's like rare like diamonds, I guess, but diamonds aren't actually that rare.
Yeah, no.
That analogy that this article used. But anyway, it's emerald green in color as well as red and orange and yellow, and it changes from one color to another in artificial light to another in daylight. So it's pretty cool. Alexandrite was discovered by the Finnish mineralogist Nils Gustaf Nordenskjöld. On the Tsar Alexander's 16th birthday on April 17th, 1834, it got named Alexandrite in order to honor the future Tsar Alexander II of Russia. However, another story is that Alexandrite was discovered around 1831. It was Count Lev Alexievich Perovsky. I don't know. It's a hard name to pronounce, but anyway. So the story of where it got its name is still kind of sketchy. But the largest known faceted Alexandrite is red and green. It weighs 65.7 carats, and it is from Sri Lanka, and you can see it at the Smithsonian Institution.
Did you say 65?
65.
65.
That's the size of an egg.
It looks cool though. Have you ever seen it in real life? It does change colors.
Oh, I've never seen one.
Well, I bet it does. It's the size of an egg.
All right. And finally, this is kind of cool. And this one is very rare. This is number 1, and it's called painite. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, painite is the world's rarest mineral. For decades, only 2 crystals were known to exist. One was found in Myanmar by a British mineralogist and gem dealer. His name was Arthur C.D. Payne. Payne, P-A-I-N is his last name. It is pink to red brown in color. Under shortwave UV, it is actually fluorescent green. Today, paint isn't as rare as it used to be. According to Caltech's Division of Geological and Planetary Sciences, the identification of new painite has been found in another repository in Myanmar. It still ranks, though, among the rarest minerals on Earth. As early as 2005, there were only 18 known specimens. In 2011, pricing was around $1,800 a carat.
Now,
the largest, yeah,
that's made by Earth, though, right? Not man-made.
Right. All of this stuff is.
So where are they finding it at? That's
Myanmar.
Where the hell's that at?
It's where Burma used to be, next to Thailand.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
The largest painite weighs 31.09 carats, and it is owned by Joseph Pham, who lives in Singapore.
Interesting.
That is the top 5 rare gemstones.
Painite.
If you want to
And
look
what's
at
it?
the
What's it
article,
called? Hell Knight.
Painite.
Painite, Painite.
Hey,
The
Knight.
guy's last name was Pain, Pain.
Right. So Pain Knight.
And he found it at night, so it's painite.
Well,
That's pretty
I
wild.
guess it turns under a UV light. It turns fluorescent green.
That's
so
pretty cool.
I mean, you know what? If you actually found a piece of that, you wouldn't throw it back down. Just,
Not if
I mean,
it,
look at it.
not if it looked like that when you found it.
Definitely not if it looked like that.
It looks like it's
Heck
on
no.
fire. Yeah.
I mean, like, I know what it is, but I want to take it home.
Painite.
Well, they're
Painite.
saying that there's
Yeah,
so
right.
many gemstones that probably will never be discovered. You never
And
know.
that's the rarest, though, right? Painite.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
far, this is the rarest.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's
That's
crazy.
Painite.
dredging up news.
Well, thank you, Kathleen. And thank you, Shad, for your local event of interest.
He's a local something.
You have your video is off.
It says wandering buff.
Wondering buff.
It says nothing.
No, they're
And I
back.
had 2 events, technically 3.
Okay.
What are you jumping for there? You're dogs. You act like Cujo just walked through the back flip door or something.
Somebody made Marley mad. One of the other dogs got too close to her. She's a little moody.
Yeah, you look like she was going to attack you, Kathleen.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, what's the pillow gonna do?
Shad's just looking like, what?
Just another day at the Biffles
Oh, Jesus.
and our pack of dogs.
So did you decide if you're going out one more time, Kathleen? Or no?
Out dredging and stuff.
Yeah, because you said you was going to go one more time. Take the picture one more time.
Yeah, I want to go at least camping in Ohio, but we want to go to Arizona and do some
Right.
poking around, looking for stuff. We're gonna go visit our property and see if there's any gold on it.
Right. I remember you saying you was going to try to go here at home though one more time. So now
Yeah,
let's,
and then we got to winterize the camper.
Right.
But it's already winter.
that's
It is not winter.
it.
It is 56 degrees, and she's acting like it's 20.
It's cold.
It's freezing. It's
Okay,
there's a chill in the
Today
air.
was windy, and I had to sit in that front office, like in the front room, where all the wind hits it, like all day long, and it starts to chill you. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I could hear it outside and see the trees blowing all crazy.
I'm telling you, you guys are gonna have a freaking long, hard winter. I'm telling you.
I hope not, Scott.
The signs are in the nature, folks. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I know better.
Whether
Is it climate change?
it's
No, I don't think it's a climate change. I just think it's the way the world works.
it's Scott's weather
It's
forecast.
Ohio.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Scott, remind everybody about your little post thing that you did.
Which one, bub?
Your one about your highlighting thingy. You don't even remember what you posted.
No, for Sunday's show.
Yeah. Just
Oh, I got you. Yeah, no, if you guys, hey, everybody out there listening right now, if you're not a member of GPS, join in. It's for free. Just tell them the radio show sent you. Tim will know exactly what it is. But we're going to start every Sunday night when we're on. We're going to have let's say a pick of the week. Somebody that just has some fantastic gold or a big nugget or, something that just really sticks out. We're going to be giving you a pretty much honorable mention on Sunday nights and stuff like that. And we're going to kind of shoot stuff back and forth of what we've seen about the picture and stuff like that, what we think about it. So it could be hardcore, it could be not. You never know. But hey, post it.
have you found anything yet, Scott?
No, not real. I mean, I found something on my Facebook today, but he's not a member of the GPS. But see, there's a fine line. Do I want to just keep it to the members of GPS?
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking pretty much maybe.
Shad says yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
I think you should.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It is gold prospectors space. I mean,
I agree with Shad. Yeah.
that's where you should be.
So you
The site costs money to run, so we might as well
right.
use it.
highlight our people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna do one a week, and on Sunday nights we're gonna highlight somebody. And I'm not gonna. Don't get worried, people. If you post your pictures, I'm not gonna dig into your private life and say, "Oh, this guy's doing all this stuff." I'm just gonna say, honorable mention. Pull it out, the picture where you can find it, and or the caption of the discussion. You have the picture in, anything like that. And then we're going to go from there. It could evolve, but right now we're just going to keep it pretty basic and simple.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty neat. Well, good
I
luck.
like it. Good idea.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you guys are out there listening on Spreaker, iHeart, where whatever you're listening to right now, if you're not a member of GPS and you want to post your pictures, sign up. It's free.
Free.
Yeah, free. I got a good price for you. What is it? Free. Dude, yeah, you're in. That's what you got to do. Just sign up. It's going to take like 5 minutes of your time.
No,
tell us what you do. Tell us what you do. If you dredge, if you sluice, if you do that, tell us, because when your birthday comes up and we actually scope you out again, if your profile looks like mine, you're just going to sound like you're lazy. So,
well, like Chad always says, update your page.
Update your page. That's exactly right.
Change your profile picture. Update your page, your groups, your preferences, what you use. Update it.
I mean, and it's funny because Go Prospector Space is all about, us sharing our pictures and our adventures going out there. And I mean, yeah, we have our loyal people that are on there all the time, but we want the people that come on there, if you come on once a week or once a month, we want you to post your pictures as well. So if you post them, we're going to give you a good shout out on the show, and we're just going to have fun with it and see what happens.
Well, cool. Well, hopefully you have one for this Sunday. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I'll find one.
All right. Rich, you got anything to add? You've been awful quiet tonight.
No.
Okay, that answered that.
No.
Rich is
a man of many words.
I'm coming.
I can talk when I want to talk, but I don't need to talk. You guys are doing enough.
All righty.
I'm just listening.
Thank you, Rich, for your input on tonight's show.
Oh, and by the way, like I said, the guy with the dry washers, you watch my video later, but I'll mention him later on when I actually get the dry washer, because I'm not gonna talk about somebody until I actually see it. But what I've seen in the pictures, they're really phenomenal little testers, and then he does make bigger ones too. But it'll be really cool to have. It'll be really cool to talk about it. I like talking about dry washing, because dry washing is like one of the roughest crap gold digging things you could do.
One of the dirtiest.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, on that note, Kathleen, anything to add?
Nope. I'm looking for a picture.
Okay.
I like turtles.
Do I get to post one?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have nothing? Me
I
neither.
have nothing.
All right. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to join us Sunday night at 7:30 for another fun-filled show. We're out of here. Say it.
Good
Good night,
Gold
Gold
Digger.
Diggers.
Good night.
Sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.